Hey everyone, we are live here at Kennedy Space Center. We just brought a group of people in and I walked them over to the Atlantis building. And if you want to see what the visitor complex looks like, we're going to do a quick walkthrough. It's not very large here, but there's a lot to see and a lot to do at Kennedy Space Center. This would be a 5 to 6 hour excursion. So as you watch this video, you'll see some of the things to do. One thing I always recommend when you first come in is go to the Atlantis building. It's one of the most popular exhibits and it can get really busy by the end of the day. So if you get here right when you walk in, it's perfect. You go see the presentation, and it's a very large building, and that's a mock-up of the solid rocket boosters and the external tank from when the space shuttle used to launch. They actually have the Atlantis orbiter inside, so you'll definitely get to see that and learn all about the space shuttle program. But yeah, come here. This is also one of the simulators that they have here, and it's very similar of launching. It's not a ride that shakes you around, so anybody can go. So it's not too bad of a ride if you go to it. But anyway, this is the Space Shuttle Atlantis building, and we're going to walk through the rest of the complex so you can see. And if anybody has any questions about Kennedy Space Center on how long it takes to get here or anything else, just let me know. I'll be glad to help you out. Right after you get done the Atlantis building, you want to walk just past the floating globe over here of the universe. Then you want to go to the bus tour. So the bus tours are right over here. They start about 10 o'clock, and the bus tour will take you over to the Saturn V building and also some of the launch pads. And depending on what day you go, you may see a rocket up on the launch pad. You may see a rocket being assembled in the vehicle assembly building. And if you want something to eat, here's the Orbit Cafe. There's two places that you can get a sit-down meal, and that would be the Orbit Cafe and also the Saturn V building. And you can see there's some of the food items. They have salads, prepared sandwiches, pizza, burgers, chicken tenders, a little bit of everything. Well, also when you go in here, be prepared to use one of those touch screens as well. They use that for ordering your food, and you have to do it yourself. Also, if you had a long day and it's hot outside, a good place to go is the IMAX theater. You go inside there, you can watch a movie, relax a little bit, maybe catch a little nap in between. And also you can go to Journey to Mars, which is another exhibit. Inside there is the future of space. So if you're into the space program and you want to learn about what's happening or what's going to happen, this is a good place to go. And also for you shoppers out there that want to get all your souvenirs inside this gift shop, this is the main gift shop for the complex. Go inside there. At the end of the day, they do have an astronaut in there signing autographs. You can go inside and meet the astronaut. And they have all kinds of activities as well when you're here. Twice a day at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. you can meet an astronaut. And when you meet him, you can ask him questions. You can also get your photo taken with one of the astronauts. He'll explain what he did for NASA at the time. And there's the astronaut training experience, also a neat thing to do. And the Universal Theater straight ahead is where the astronauts actually are present during the day for your talks. And up ahead you can see the rockets placed up. That's called the rocket garden. So you have a lot of little rockets that are here, and these are the rockets that are part of the space program. They were never used. You gotta understand, when a rocket goes up into space, it doesn't come back. Just that little black capsule does. And that's from the Gemini missions right in front of us. And for the kiddies, there's also a little playground to play on and a lot to see and do. But if you have children that really aren't interested in the Kennedy Space Center or the space program, it may not be for them. But if you are interested and you want to leisurely look at everything, I would suggest 5 to 6 hours at Kennedy Space Center while you're here. You can explore the rocket garden. There's a lot of educational material here. Maybe that's something when you bring the kids out of school that you can talk to Kennedy Space Center or let us help you, and we can get an education packet, and maybe they can do some education while you're on holiday. But this is kind of just a basic view of the Kennedy Space Center Visitors Complex. It also explains all the astronauts, which is the newest exhibit. It's called Heroes and Legends. They have interpretive programs as well. As you can see, there's one going on right here, and they'll tell you all about these rockets behind them.
And I'm going to be leading you through a tour of the rocket garden. The tour's going to be about 15 minutes.
Also, if you want to learn about nature in NASA, this building over here has all the nature. So if you're into nature, we are sitting in Merritt Island Wildlife Refuge as we speak. So you have everything from alligators, deer, manatees, dolphins. Good spot to go fishing. They have bioluminescent tours. So there's a lot to offer over here on the Space Coast. Well, I hope you enjoyed this small walkthrough of Kennedy Space Center Visitors Complex. And remember, if you have any questions or if you'd like to come to Kennedy Space Center, let us know. We usually leave around 8 a.m. and we return back at about 5:30 p.m. and we do this daily. Also, this is the security area where you come through and the queues to get in and out of. So we're going to be going through the turnstile right now and exiting, leading into the main entrance of the visitors complex. While you're waiting in line, sometimes the lines can be really long, but September is a great time to come. You can see no line to get in at all, so it's perfect. If you pre-ordered your tickets online and you just go up to Will Call, they will provide you your tickets. You just give them your confirmation, you're good to go. They also have a little food cart out here as well. And if you haven't bought your tickets yet, you can always go over in line where the ticket sales counter is, or you can go through excursions and we'll be glad to provide you ticket and transportation and airboat ride if you're interested along the way. Airboat rides are fantastic over here as well on the St. Johns River. All right, so we are getting ready to flip this camera around so I can give you a proper goodbye. This is Flavio Morrissey with Excursions. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be glad to help you out. See ya.